Right now, some of the biggest AI companies in the world are being built in California. They are changing how students study, how researchers write papers, and honestly, how all of us work. And today, I'm joined by someone who is right there in San Francisco where all of this AI innovation is happening. Everyone, meet Harnoor Singh, popularly known as Singh in USA, with his YouTube channel following of 1 million plus subscribers.
Thank you, Neha, for having me. In every city of the world, there is one thing that makes you really special. In Mumbai or LA, it might be Bollywood or Hollywood. In New York City, it is Wall Street, working in Wall Street and, making big bang. But in San Francisco, what makes you special is what are you building, how cool it is, and how big it is. That's the only way to be hyped in this city particularly. That's why it's the AI center of the world.
So in this video, Harnoor is going to share 3 AI tools that every student should know about, and I will share 3 AI tools that I personally recommend for students and researchers. We are going to alternate our picks, and by the end of this video today, you will walk away with 6 powerful AI tools that will change the way how you study and do research. So Harnoor, welcome to WiseUp and tell us about your first tool.
Let's start with tool number 1. That is definitely going to be Notebook LM. Notebook LM is so powerful. I'm going to show you when I was preparing for my interview. So this is a book called Designing Data Intensive Applications. This is a very intensive book. Even if I want to listen to this book, it's 20 hours on Audible. Now I have an interview tomorrow about system design. I took this book, I've paid for this book by the way, I took this book, I put it in Notebook LM and then ask it, hey, I am a mid-level engineer, teach me this book and I want to prepare for system design interviews and I want to learn all the concepts. It, first of all, gave me a podcast, 30-minute podcast out of this book instead of 20 hours that actually has the principles that I need from mid-level to senior engineer, like not the basic stuff that, everyone knows. So this way I was able to cut through the BS. I got this podcast. It's right here, 22 minutes.
Software errors are much more insidious because they are correlated across.
And then I got a data systems quiz and kind of the questions that I will be getting. Or I could ask me that, hey, I know these many principles. Ask me questions related to these principles, which I'll be asked tomorrow at the interview. It gave me infographics. I'm going to show you the infographics it generated right here. So these are the infographics, not just photos, but in cinematic video form.
Have you ever wondered what really separates a good developer from a truly great one?
So all these infographics are beautiful, makes me excited to study. Look at this diagram. These are kind of the diagrams you'll be asked to draw in the interview. And these are directly from the book, but shorter to help me grasp it faster.
I personally love Notebook LM as well. I think it is such a powerful tool when you want to organize your notes, interact with your documents, or even prepare summaries, infographics, or decks. Now, while Notebook LM is great to work with the sources that you already have, there is another tool that is extremely useful when you want to find reliable answers from credible sources. And that tool is Consensus. Consensus is an AI-powered search engine where if you type a research question, it gives you answers directly from peer-reviewed studies. So say, for example, you're working on a college assignment and you need to find out how does social media affect mental health of adolescents. Then all you need to do is type this research question on Consensus, and within seconds, it will come up with a consensus meter that tells you what is the overall opinion on this topic out there. It shares a summary as to how social media affects mental health, and then it gives you a list of peer-reviewed studies that you can personally verify or even go through in detail. What is cool about Consensus is that you can type any question that you're curious about. Something as crazy as, do aliens even exist? And instead of going through random blogs, online articles, Reddit, Quora answers, Consensus will give you an answer that is backed by peer-reviewed sources. And honestly, in a time when there is so much misinformation out there, tools like Consensus become incredibly valuable because they help you base your understanding on actual facts instead of random opinion on the internet. So if you're a student, then Consensus is a tool that is extremely handy whenever you need to find information.
Now, none other than GenSpark or Manus, whatever agent you want to use. I use GenSpark and let me show you why it's my go-to platform. So we as users consume content on YouTube, Instagram, etc. For example, let's say I consume this reel on Instagram. I can copy it and copy the link. Now, this is a reel that I wanted to save. It'll be saved in my Instagram bookmarks and I'll forget about it. It'll be really hard to follow through. What I can do is I can go to GenSpark and ask it, hey, take out the learnings and put it in my Notion doc. So if this is connected to your Notion, it's going to take out the learning step by step. It has a computer integrated, so where it goes, watches that Instagram reel, and then takes out the content in bullet points and then saves it in your Notion in one click. So a lot of the knowledge problem is broken. You have bookmarks on YouTube, Twitter. That's why whatever information that is most important to me, I'm not going to sit it at that platform. I'm going to take it out, put it in my Notion. That's my note-taking platform. All right, now it's capturing the screen. It's a bit slow, but it's going to then create a Google Doc. Now, cool thing you see is it not just read that Instagram reel and saved it in its own drive. So it has a computer, you can click on view and you can see that reel MP4, which is saved in the drive of GenSpark. So you can save data, documents, MP4 files, all in it. So this is the analysis it did. It is saving it to the Google Doc immediately. Now, wherever you want to save, notes will not just stay in one place. It can be integrated to any workspace you want to immediately with one prompt.
That's actually a really powerful workflow, Hanur. Tools like GenSpark and Notion can be very useful in organizing notes, ideas, and resources efficiently. Now, once your information is organized, the next task is writing the assignment or paper that you're working on. And for that, tool like PaperPal can be extremely useful. With PaperPal, you can start by generating an outline for your assignment. Simply share the topic that you're working on, any guidelines that are provided by your university, and within seconds, PaperPal will come up with an entire outline with sections, subsections, and the information that you should be including under each of them. This can be very helpful when you're feeling stuck and don't know how to begin your document. Now, while writing, you can take PaperPal's help to make your document sound more academic and professional. You can rewrite some of the parts that you are not happy with, change the tone, synonyms. You can even paraphrase some of the parts in order to avoid accidental plagiarism. Another great feature on PaperPal is the research tab. So say while you're writing, you want to quickly verify some information. Then you can type down your research question and quickly PaperPal will give you the answer backed by verified sources, which you can go through in detail and even cite them in your work directly. This is so useful because you don't have to constantly go back and forth between your document and reference manager to support your statements with citations. What I really love about PaperPal are the review features, which ensures that your document is grammatically correct, academically sound, and is ready for submission. For instance, with its language and consistency checks, it actually goes through your entire document and pulls out any errors that you might have done in terms of grammar, language, or consistency. And finally, PaperPal has its own AI detector, so you can quickly do a hygiene check to ensure that your document is not overly AI generated. So it's literally a one-stop solution for anyone who's working on an assignment, research paper, or any written material, honestly. So for students, this is a must-have tool in your portfolio.
Now, the tool is going to be Claude plus Excalibur. This is my favorite go-to model. Claude for software engineering, it's the best model for software engineering. Plus, it has integration with Excalibur, which came out only a week ago. So what you can do is, let's say you paste a summary of any blog. So this is a McKinsey report I read. I just put it into Claude and ask it, explain using Excalibur. It creates those infographics step by step. Now, this is the infographics. I can open it in Excalibur. It's going to open. Let's open it. And now with this infographics, which was generated within 30 seconds, you can actually understand and grasp information really fast, and you can edit it and you can share with your audience. This is one of the coolest way to understand, grasp heavy blogs, heavy articles, and visualize it step by step. All the metrics, all the numbers that are most important in a blog, it took it out. For example, 45.6 million chat messages, how this data breach happened, plus 700 plus files, and all that important metrics is directly here to show you the intensity of this blog. And that's why I sometimes read summaries through infographics and then read the blog, and saves a lot of time.
I actually really like Excalibur because it helps you sketch your ideas, diagrams, and research concepts quickly, especially when you're brainstorming. Now, say you have to convert these ideas or concepts into professional looking presentation. So the tool for that purpose is Gamma. Gamma helps you turn your texts or ideas into structured professional presentations within seconds. You can start with a block of text, rough notes, or a few bullet points, and within seconds, Gamma will give you a professional presentation with a clean layout and consistent design. What I love about Gamma is that it gives you both flexibility and control. So say you can share your notes with Gamma and it will generate the slides for you, or you can use the smart layout options to create these slides yourself, just faster and more efficiently as compared to PowerPoint. Gamma also has an AI image generator, so based on the information that you're including, it will generate relevant images for you to make your presentation more visually appealing. And lastly, it has easy export options as PDF or PPT so that you can present your slides under any circumstances. This tool can be a huge time saver if you regularly create presentation for your class assignments, conferences, thesis defense, or anything else. And honestly, that is what makes Gamma one of the strongest productivity tools for students.
Alright, so these are my 3 go-to platforms, but the truth is, honestly, in today's world, that you cannot rely on one AI tool. You cannot say that one AI tool is taking up the entire job of a knowledge worker. What's really happening today is that AI is so expensive, GPUs are so expensive, that's why companies are actually trying to cut down jobs because AI is expensive. It's still a bet, it's still in progress. Claude, Anthropic, OpenAI still are heavily hiring more and more software developers. So what you need to really do is take use of all these tools I mentioned and speed up the process of learning and implementing. That is the entire goal of this video. I hope it helps. Thank you so much for watching.
So everyone, that's all we wanted to share with you today. I hope you now have an amazing list of tools that can make your student life easy. And now, a big shout out to Harnoor for such amazing insights in this video. Now, if you wish to know more about Harnoor's life in San Francisco, his experience as a software developer, then you should definitely check out his channel. I've put it in the description below for you. And if you want to get started on these tools, I've put the link and discount coupons for them in the description below as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.